Okay, I'm gonna do a brow tutorial today. This was requested by the girls over at Makeup Addiction on Reddit. So, here's the tutorial! So yeah, I'm gonna show you today what I do to my brows. Some of these tips may apply to your eyebrows. Some of these tips will be useless to you, so just listen and watch and see if you can take anything away from it. We'll see. I don't know everything. I did go to makeup school. And I learned a lot, but it doesn't mean I know everything. So let's start. These are my eyebrows with no makeup in them. As you can see, this one, I'm quite pleased with the shape of it. Not bad. This one, I don't know what it's doing ever in life. And I just want to give a disclaimer here right now. Nobody's eyebrows are perfectly symmetrical. So don't freak out and spend all this time and rip your eyebrows apart trying to make them match, because they will never match. So get them as close as you can get them, but don't freak out if they're not symmetrical. So, alright, so what I do with my eyebrows, there are a couple different options. You can use a pencil. You could use eyeshadow. You could use brow gel. So it's kind of up to you what kind of look you're going for, whether you like a very defined eyebrow or you want something softer and more natural. What I do, usually for like an everyday look for my eyebrows, is I use an angled brush and some brown eyeshadow to fill them. You can use any kind of brown eyeshadow. You can use a bronzer. You want to use something matte instead of something with shimmer or sparkles in it. This is Benefit's Hoola powder. I usually use this on my brows. I usually use this in the inner part of the brow, and then I use a darker brown. This is Maybelline Made for Mocha. I use this in the tail. So, just because this area right here, the line of hairs is really thin, so, I like to make it a little bit darker to let it be defined. So I also use two different types of brushes. These are both angled brushes, as you can see. This one used to be a lip brush. One day I couldn't find my eyebrow brush, so I just cut it. Made it an angled brush. And then this is another angled brush. This one is thicker than this one, as you can see. So I use this one for the inner brow, and I use this one for the tail. Okay. You can get your brush wet, because it, at least for this outer part, I've noticed it helps the eyeshadow stick better if the brush is wet and if I wet it down. So here's a little water bottle. Always label your bottles, by the way, because I have two of these bottles from Makeup Designery, and I have one with alcohol in it and one with water, and you do not want to mix those up. So, actually, I'm going to start with the inner brow. I just kind of spray it a little bit. Get it a little bit wet. And then kind of dip it in just a little bit. Get a little bit on there. And that is when I go in here to the inner brow. And I just start filling in. Giving it that shape that I want. And as you can see, that inner brow is much more defined now. So I'll start on this one. Now, pencil is good. Pencil is really good for eyebrows. And sometimes I use this little angled brush in this inner brow area. Pencil is really good. I just personally like the look with powder. I feel like it's a little softer. It's not as defined. And I like for my eyebrows to look very manicured, but I also like for them to look natural. So, that's, your eyebrows are either very manicured and groomed, or they're very natural looking, and I like that in-between area. Because I want people to be like, oh, okay, she spends a few minutes on her face. and I want them to see that I take care of my eyebrows and that I shape them. I have a shape that I like, but I also don't want to look completely fake as well. So that's why I like that middle ground. So what I'm doing is up here in the inner brow, and then I'm just filling it, bringing it up towards the arch. And I had to fill in that little gap. Sorry. My hair is in my face. I probably shouldn't have done bangs on the day that I was going to do the brow tutorial, but, you know, we all make mistakes. So, get this wet a little bit. Oh, now I'm going to use the darker shadow. And all I'm doing is just kind of dipping it in there lightly. You don't want a lot of product in the brush. Just enough. Now I start at the top of the arch. And I start drawing downward like that. Then, once I've got the tail filled, I do start to go back into the rest of the brow and try to just kind of all connect it so it looks very connected. So there's one brow. I don't like it. This one's going to be so much better. Get some more hula powder. I'm using the wrong brush because I'm unorganized. Being a makeup artist, it's very, very important that you are organized and that your kit is clean, that your kit's organized. I'm not the most organized person. I'm an artist, so not saying that all artists have to be unorganized or are unorganized. I just know that I am. So I'll give you a little bit of a close-up. Now, instead of just going, I like to do little strokes. When I was in makeup school, my teacher would say, every day when we were doing eyebrows, she would say, hair like strokes, everyone. And we were like, oh my gosh, that's so annoying. Why is she saying this over and over again? And then when it got down to it, every time I did eyebrows, I was saying in my head, hair like strokes, hair like strokes. And it really does make a difference if you're making these little hair like strokes. Even when you're using a pencil, you want to do the same thing, hair like strokes. So, say that to yourself while you are doing your eyebrows. Okay, so, looks a bit thicker than this one. Welcome to the world of stressing over eyebrows. It's a wonderful land. It's not my favorite land. Okay, now I'm going to do the tail. I'm dipping it in the darker shadow. And starting at the top of the arch. Working my way down. Bam. Now, to connect it. Okay. And I have messed it up. There we go. Welcome to my world, where I mess things up all the time. There we go. Alright, so those are my brows. This one, not as good. This one, I'm very, very happy with. I'm just going to try to fix the gap. Mind the gap. That's what they say in England when they're on the tube, which is the subway. I hate this eyebrow. Now you know why I have bangs covering this eyebrow, because I hate it. I hate it so much. It's a little bit better. Anyway, so those are my eyebrows. They're okay. Like I said, not the best out there, but I am a fan. I like them, and I think that liking what's on your face as far as makeup and your features. I think it's more important for you to like them than for other people to like them. So there you go. Thank you for watching. I'm so sorry it was long. I just can't condense my speaking down, my talking about makeup. I can't condense it down any smaller. So, alright, thanks for watching, guys. And if you have any comments, put them in the area. If you have any requests, put them in the area. And I'll see you later. Bye.